What's up, gamers? It's me,
Your boy.
I'm back again after I said I was gonna consistently post like a half year ago, and I just never did.
Tragic.
But I'm here again with some good content that's kind of different from what I usually do, but I swear it's gonna be entertaining at least, so stick around. Please. Hi, here's a list of things that we're gonna discuss in this video. Most of it won't be too graphic, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up in case people just want to be aware of it, because this gets so wild. Anyway, enjoy the video. If you were on Tumblr like a month ago, I don't know, you probably heard about Felix Cipher, who I just realized named himself probably after Bill Cipher, which is horrible. Guess I'm gonna need this to get through this, so cheers. So, Felix Cipher, or as I like to call him, Gadolf Twinkler. This guy is somebody from Colorado who started posting TikToks in 2021. He used to just post about like his art and his little fantasy novels. They have the word mid in their name, that's all I remember. I mean, that's kind of fitting, I think, so.
Choices.
But yeah, that's like pretty normal, right? But then on February 6th of 2023, he started posting outfit checks, and he showed off this little nose ring he made for himself. People were just like, hey Felix, my dude, my guy, that nose ring looks kind of familiar. Like, it looks like it resembles something else. What, my dude, what's the little button? And if you're curious, that thing there is the Reichsadler, which is the German imperial eagle, which was used in World War II by Nazis.
That is disgusting. Ew.
At this time, people on Twitter found out about him, and they started like spamming his comments, and like, you know, Twitter does what Twitter does. He prompted to make a very melodramatic video to explain all his shenanigans, and in that video, he claims to be the reincarnation of one of the most horrible people in history. I'm not even sure if I can say his name on this platform, but you know, it's the dude who was so bad at art that he couldn't get into art school, which I guess also lines up with Felix, because this man didn't finish art school because apparently it was filled with commies, and I'm sure it didn't have anything to do with his subpar art skills. Sure, Jan. So yeah, this twink actually believes he is Gadolf. He knows this because he's very in tune with his past lives, and also because he had a dream when he was 5 years old. And in this dream, or as he says, his first memory of his past life, he remembers offing himself, like, at the end of the war. He has, like, a birthmark right here, and that's apparently the place where he, did that. I guess this aligns with, like, this belief some people have that where you have, like, birthmarks is where you got or like mortally wounded in your past life, and this is like the mark it left over. But then again, birthmarks for some people also mean that those are the places where your past lover kissed you the most. Use whatever works best for your own personal story, I guess. Personally, I just hope that it's the last one, because otherwise it means I got stabbed in my cheek, my stomach, and on my ass. He says this is real because he apparently has been on so many medications, and none of them took away this memory that he had from when he was 5. Hey Felix, buddy. From one delusional person to another. That's not how meds work, babe. It isn't. Medication doesn't like change your memory. It helps with your brain chemicals moving forwards. They don't change your past. You can like change your perspective on what you experienced or like how you thought when you were younger through like self-reflection, personal growth, or therapy. And like ultimately that's up to you. No medication will change that for you. And also besides that, don't you have like morals? Don't you realize that saying that you're the reincarnation of one of the worst persons in history is maybe like not a good thing? And like that's the problem, right? As a delusional person or just like a mentally ill person in general, you are still responsible for your own actions, and those actions, they have consequences. Also, listen, personal experience. Like, come closer. Let me tell you a little story. This, of course, isn't as egregious as what Cipher is doing. It's just kind of funny, and I'm not comparing this person to Hitler. But I had a delusion where I thought I looked and acted exactly the same as Trisha Paytas. Can you see the resemblance? Let me give you a demonstration.
My name is Trisha. My hair is shiny. My teeth are perfect. My skirt is tiny.
I really just did that. Anyway, so besides that, as far as I know, I didn't act upon this delusion. Like, I didn't use it as an excuse to be problematic or troll anybody constantly. Because you know why? Mental health is not an excuse for problematic behavior. That probably fucked up the audio, but that's fine. Did you know this dude also has an egg-laying kink? Yeah, so people found like his playlist on Spotify, and it was just called Egg. I couldn't find the specific one he made, but people made like parodies of it, and honestly, feel free to look them up. Some of them do have bangers in them. There's just so much wrong with this guy in general. Actual Holocaust survivor duetted like his video, being like, "Hey dude, this isn't okay," and he just commented. I can't even say comment. He commented this. "I'm back for a reason? Bro, the only reason you're back is for you to catch these fucking hands."
Stop it. Get some help.
If I'm getting too aggressive about this, I'm sorry. I'm probably too close to this because, like, I don't have any family because of, like, World War II. These kind of people just piss me off. But luckily, he is already dealing with some repercussions of all of this happening. For one, he, thank God, deleted all his social media. He's like gone. And because of all this like deserved backlash, he also got fired from his barista job through like an anonymous tip. And also besides all of that, Cipher, my man, my dude, you're a gay trans man who allegedly is also Jewish. You should fucking know better, man. He holds this belief that Hitler himself was actually Jewish himself as well, which is literally a lie that was circulated back then to discredit Hitler. And if you just Google this, so quickly you will find that this is just a lie and it's not real. Shouldn't you know this as like the reincarnation of him? Shouldn't you know like all the truth about this? Why are you falling for fake news, my dudes? So back on TikTok when all of this was happening, videos of his ex were also circulating and blowing up, relating to all of what is happening here. I'm not gonna show any of that or mention their name or TikTok because for the tiniest off chance this video gets views, I don't want to push them back into drama because they seem to be moving on from all of this, and like, good for them. I hope they're doing the best. But yeah, turns out Cipher wasn't the best boyfriend and emotionally manipulated his ex for a long time. When they started dating, this ex obviously didn't know about his whole reincarnation shenanigans, but he later did tell him about this, and oh my god. When Felix told his ex about these delusions, he made him touch the little birthmark there, and The dude started crying. He started calling his ex Ava, like, you know, like Ava Brown, his wife. I'm sorry, but his ex is so much stronger than me. I would be throwing hands, honestly. Jesus fucking Christ. So after all of this, even after Cipher says he was this man, wears Nazi uniforms, he and his mother still claim that he isn't a Nazi. Whilst some people still believe this and say that his mother and his grandmother liked his Facebook post about being Gadolf Twinkler, there are also other people saying that the mother recently only found out about this and that she was horrified. They say that there's a video of her explaining how much the Holocaust has affected her family. She has said that she's now planning on dealing with Felix and that he assumably won't really be on the internet much after this anymore. But then again, he has made another account in the meantime. I think it has already been deleted. I can't find it anymore. I'm really a shitty reporter, am I not? It's fine. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that she might be supporting him, she might not. It's up to you, I guess, what you want to believe. Despite the fact that on multiple occasions he has said that certain populations need reducing to keep order. So yeah, Felix Cipher is an awful Nazi sympathizer that perhaps should just go back on medications. Like, that's just a thought, just a suggestion. Or even better, how about he finds one of his little old World War II bunkers, locks himself in there, and rots away, you foul piece of Okay, so now that that's all out of the way, let me tell you about something else. What if I told you that Felix Cipher wasn't the first person that thought he was the reincarnation of Hitler? So far I'm aware, there's one more person on the internet that got attention for this. And of course, this person was from the OG hell site itself, Tumblr.com. So let's build a mind picture here. It's 2017. Tumblr is in the midst of dealing with the Sixpence drama, the 16 gig AFO bliss, and a fanfic writer who is pretending to have HIV so they can write a Hamilton fic that's also about HIV. And at the same time, this person is being called out for faking this by another Hamilton fanfic writer who is known for cannibal mermaid fics. What were we talking about? There's just a lot going on in 2017 on Tumblr.com. Shit is just popping off. So anyway, in the midst of all of this, there was this blog called MySweetStruggles, who, as you guessed it, they thought they were also the reincarnation of Hitler. At first, it was kind of hard finding information on this blog because at this point, it's long been deleted. But I found out that there are a few pages on the Wayback Machine. I am so happy that I found it because, oh boy, it was a lot worse than I remembered. So just to be clear, there are only like 5 captures on the Wayback Machine that range from March 24th, 2017 to July 6th, 2019. So yeah, let's get started and let me tell you about everything I found on this OG Lurkin person. Here we go again. MySweetStruggles was a Tumblr blog run by a 17-year-old named Adi. My dyslexic ass read that as first as Ari, and I thought this was like some horrible reference to like the Aryan race, but at least it wasn't that. Yay! Anyway, they just ran your average aesthetic blog focused on like pastel images and like stem boards and even vegetarian/vegan recipes, which for some reason to this day they're still known for, which is wild, honestly. So at first this just looks like an average teenager on Tumblr who has been blogging for like a year, but then let's just look at their little About Me section where they say they are an artist, a demon, a vegetarian, and queer as fuck. Slay.
Slay!
you know, the demon part is already kind of sus, right? As a veteran Tumblrinas obviously already know what's going on. And that is that Adi says that they are demonkin. Or that's just what they're claiming at this point in the timeline, if that makes sense. Let's just go over kinning real quick, because I'm sure some people just don't know what it exactly is. I'm not going to go real deep into this topic because it's complex, but we need to know the basics to understand the rest of the story. I looked around and I found a very good explanation of what kinning is, for whatever reason, on the Splatoon manga wiki. Like, of all places, that's where I found it. And so let's just go through it kind of verbatim, okay? I was gonna do a thing where if I read, I'm putting on glasses, but it's stuck now, so oh no.
12 seconds later.
There we go. Here is basically what it says. Kinning. Kinning is when you relate to a character, in basic terms. However, it goes deeper than that. You feel as though you are connected to the character, as in, you feel as though you are the character. Characters you kin don't have to be your favorites. They simply have to have a connection to you, and are you, per se. There are certain types of kinning, such as fact kin, kinning a real person, other kin, where you feel as though you are an animal, or fiction kin, kinning a fictional character. And there are subclasses of all of this. So yeah, that's basics. It's basically just believing you are this thing or character that physically you aren't. From what I could tell, for the most part, people use kinning as kind of like a coping mechanism for trauma and just trying to deal with like existence, which, you know, that's valid. Do what you gotta do, man. We're all here trying to survive, but like, you know, it's Tumblr. Things just escalate there. When it escalates, it goes to like unhinged degrees. This makes it messy and problematic, and discourse starts. That's just a whole thing. I'll get a little bit into it later, but that's, oh my god. But let's rewind. And for now, just remember that Adi thinks they're demonkin. And let's just go through their other little tabs that's under that little description there, shall we? Let's find out how a so-called demon describes himself.
About me, ooh. Call me Adi. I love art supplies and dogs. I'm hoping to go to art school when I can deal with my mental illnesses. But right now, I'm learning to cope. I'm autistic and schizophrenic, self-diagnosed. And I think I might be BPD too. I'm still reading on it. My special interests are astrology. I'm a Leo, by the way. Dogs. Vegetarian foods. My kin. Please don't send me World War II stuff though. It makes me dissociate.
And so, my friends, it starts. I hope you're enjoying the voice, because I am not.
I actually discovered recently that I'm demonkin and not factkin that I thought before. I'm really sorry about the confusion. So please don't send me any more hate about it. Being called he, him makes me dissociate and have flashbacks to my past life as a demon in World War II.
I need a break.
Thousands of tears later.
The ooh voice really took it out of me. Okay, so as we know, factkin is when you think you're actually another person that was like real in real life. But they changed this to demonkin. So are they saying Hitler was a demon? Or are they saying they, as this demon, possessed Hitler and then made Hitler do all the bad things? Anyway, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's just go look at the other tabs.
Kinfo, ooh.
I can't do this. I'm just gonna read this. I'm sorry. I can't fucking do this. I am. It's not an identity. It's who I am. Demonkin. In my last incarnation, I was alive during World War II, and that caused a lot of confusion for me because I thought I was Hitler due to kin feels from that time. Please don't spam me with hate messages about my past. I know it happened, and I don't mean to hurt anyone in this life. I'm pretty sure that the demon I'm kin with may have had something to do with Nazis. You don't say. But I'm not actually a Nazi. I am actually a Jewish, queer, mentally ill, non-binary person. I am actually a Jewish queer person. Why is this a reoccurring thing for both of them? Listen, I tried to figure out what kin feels are, but I legit just couldn't find anything on it. So at this point, my interpretation is just that as that demon, they felt the same way as Hitler. Let's just go to the other page, okay? This is their before you follow page. Besides the usual don't follow stuff, you can also not follow if you're over 20, if you're a TERF or true scum, if you don't believe in kin, if you're ableist, important, if you don't believe in alternate realities, if you don't believe in reincarnation, and then of course if you're Nazi, because obviously besides thinking that they're Hitler, they're not a pro-Nazi blog. How could you even think that? Look at these puppies. Look at it. Also, don't you love how kind of contradictory this whole thing is? Like, especially the alternate reality thing. They never mention this or elaborate on this at all. But this doesn't really work, does it? Because does this mean that they aren't a reincarnation of Hitler, of this timeline, but of another timeline, and it's split off to this? I honestly shouldn't even try to find logic in all of this bullshit, should I? Tags. Let's go to the tags. The only thing you need to remember for now is that they do have another tag that isn't listed here. I think they just left it out when they started getting backlash, but that tag is called Adi's Past. I wonder how that's gonna come into play. Okay, so the next bit on this page, it is their trigger list, which I've in general just never really understood why people had those just out in the open. I feel like there are scumbags out there that will use this information against you. Like, why would you specifically tell people what triggers you if they can use it again? Do you know what I mean? Am I being paranoid? I don't know. Please tag. Gore. Meat. I consider this gore. Oh wait, it's because they're vegan or vegetarian. Suicide Magents and World War II. Which makes me realize, before they were saying they do want to talk about their kin, but they don't want to talk about World War II. Which, like, what do you even want to talk about then? Let's just continue. Maybe their please don't talk about section will help us with this. My past life. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do those things. Now I'm trying to make up for it. Ava Brown.
I literally didn't want to be with her.
But society was so homophobic that I couldn't be with my BF Herman.
Oh.
Well, at least this hot take was different than the Felix. This brings me to actually one of the posts that people on Tumblr found MySweetStruggles to. Sadly, the only version of this post that I could find was on an old WordPress blog that still had the old post format that Tumblr had, which makes it really hard to scroll through, but I copy and pasted it, and this is basically what it said. A Tumblr user uploaded a video of Hitler rocking back and forth during some kind of event, with the comment under it saying, "Hitler was a tweaker." And of course, Tumblr user MySweetStruggles had to chime in and drop their past life knowledge on this post.
No, obviously he's stimming. Rocking is a very common way for autistic and neurodivergent people to stim in overwhelming environments. Stop erasing neurodivergent people from history?
And of course, this started some shit.
Historically documented amphetamine, cocaine, codeine, and crystal meth usage. Internet. He is obviously autistic. Why the fuck would you want Hitler representing your community, your active waste of oxygen?
Like, they're right, but why do Tumblr people always have to talk like that? Like, even if it was a normal person, they would still talk down to somebody so condescendingly. Like, Miss Ma'am, we're all on this hell site together. You're here right with us. You might not be as bad as this person here, but you're still in the trenches with them. After this, these people started investigating the MySweetStruggles blog. The tags and posts they filed were absolutely unhinged. There really is just something about seeing an old-timey picture of two horrible people and then just having this person go like,
What? My yellow babies. They're my OTP.
There are other posts from MySweetStruggles that we will go over. But let's finish this list finally, shall we? Like, what do you think Adi also doesn't want to talk about? Do you think it's like the horrible racist ideology they had in their past life? Or maybe the generational trauma they caused for millions and millions of people? No, you know what it is?
Similarist.
And again, we can't talk about Nazis. Nazis. I really hate Nazis, and I hate everyone trying to act like I am one. I am not in this life. And I really hate that people act like they know everything about me because they read a wiki or something. Just stop being a bigot and listen to the voices of mentally ill non-binary people. Yes, people, don't you know you're not legally allowed to question anything a non-binary mentally ill minor does. If you do that, you go straight to jail because they are always right and nothing they do is ever wrong. So yeah, people found their blog and are sending them hate and asks and all of that stuff. The most well-known ask MySweetStruggles got is this one right here. So I can't tell you exactly when Adi published this ask. From what I can find, it can be traced back to at least March 11th of 2017. To this day, actually, this post continues to circulate around. It has over 25,000 notes. Because of all of this, Adi finally posted something to try to explain why they believed in all of this bullshit. I don't really know if I'll explain it right, but here goes. Like, I always felt uncomfortable with myself, but when I started learning about Hitler in school, he was really confident and whatever. And he had a lot of same interests as I do, so I feel really closely linked to him. Even though I'm queer and Jewish and stuff, I feel like I was reborn in this body though, to improve and make myself better this time. Like to make things better. Like, this is absolutely unhinged, right? I don't know how history is taught in America, but where I am from, in no way is Hitler represented in a way where you could look at him and think, yeah, I relate to this guy. I have the same interests as him. Like, bro, what fucking interests? You like painting? Did you you're not confident, you just said yourself. If you want a fucking confident artist, why didn't you kin, I don't know, Bob Ross? Bob Ross was a nice guy. He was confident in what he made. Why couldn't you kin Bob Ross? He was right there. So yeah, from what I'm guessing is that at this point, when they were starting to get hate, they changed from being a fact kin to a demon kin. Do you remember cry typing? By the time all of this was going down, cry typing wasn't really like a trend anymore. Like, people just weren't doing it anymore on Tumblr, and it was just kind of outdated. Honestly, that's just all you need to know for now. Like, just keep that in mind. So yeah, let's just go look at some post Ali made while everybody like found out about their blog.
I'm not a Nazi.
I can't fucking do this. I'm not a Nazi, I swear. I can't help ID with Hitler. I'm just trying to express myself and go with my past. The post was probably made around the 23rd of March. That's how far I could track it back. And on the same day, I assume a little later, they said that they were gonna take a break from Tumblr because of all the hate they were getting. Honestly, that's for the best, isn't it? Even if you're in the wrong, it's best to just log off and do some self-reflection away from the drama and the people and all the nonsense that's happening, and just take some time for yourself. And no, they were back the next day to post about a chai spiced snickerdoodle recipe and a picture of honestly a very nice painting. Priorities, I guess. And then, as all things, this must come to an end. And Adi, on the same day, posted this.
I spent all morning reading through your messages, and I wanted to thank everyone who was really nice. But you're right. Everyone would be better off if I killed myself. Sorry for the trouble. Bye, everyone.
And so that was it. Things died down after this. Besides some posts where people were like, why the fuck am I seeing this blog? And even someone defending them? We've been here for so long already. I've been recording for like at least 2 hours. Yeah, I don't want to go into that. Somebody defend them. Somebody was like, what the fuck is this? Besides that, not much happened. You know, it just slowed down. People just forgot about it. Life goes on. Until on June 27th, 2017, 3 months after all this went down, there was another post. A message to you sick fucks. My little sister told me about her Tumblr blog, and I purposely avoided it for a long time. I didn't want to look at it because of all the shit that it started. But I guess I'm home from school and bored, so I finally booted up her laptop and took a peek at this shit show. Now that I have, I want to fucking puke. Same bestie. You people make me sick, and I want you to know just what you bullying motherfuckers did to a 17-year-old. What happened earlier this year has completely screwed up our family. Our mom is a nervous wreck, our dad looks like he's aged 10 years since March. Adi was institutionalized after going into hysterics and trying to kill herself. She's still in the hospital, guys. They're trying to diagnose her, but it's hard because apparently some of the big stuff, personality disorders, etc., can't be diagnosed till the person's older. Is that true? I'm gonna look that up, if that's true or not. I want to clarify to you people that Adi, it's short for Adeline, by the way, not Adolf. Oh my god, why didn't I think of that? You know, at least I wasn't the only one who had that kind of thought process, even though mine was sort of wrong. Sort of. I kinda had it right. I want to clarify to you people that Adi is pretty autistic, and she's always been really into World War II stuff. She started going on about kins last winter and started insisting that it explained what she was feeling about the World War II era. Her birthday is the same as Hitler's. Wait, that doesn't make sense though. They're Leo. They said they were Leo. And I even looked up. Hitler was a Taurus, I'm pretty sure. So what? Her birthday is the same as Hitler's. And after getting into the kin stuff, she started to interpret it as a sign that she was a reincarnation. She started saying shit like that the reason she was into World War II was because the time was familiar. And stuff from that time gave her kin feels. She said she had to repent for the sins of her past life. And I'm going to be honest, it scared the shit out of me when she said it. Look, I'm not here to tell you that her acts are okay or normal. They're clearly not. But I got onto this piece of shit website to tell you guys that you need to realize what the fuck you're doing. I read through every note in her mailbox here, and most of them were insane. I'm 22, and the number of notes I read that said some version of kill yourself or you're ugly and gross made me sick.
You're ugly. You are disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
Honestly, I'm half tempted to post screen caps of the messages she got. Adi is emotionally unstable and barely 18. She doesn't have social skills like other people do, and she has a hard time making friends. When she came here to try and make some, all you did was bully her to the point she felt the only way she could repent was by killing herself. I'll admit there were some nice notes in there too. Thank you so much to those of you who actually wrote kind things and words of advice to my sister. It really meant a lot to me to see that some people were so willing to have someone who was clearly having a hard time. To the rest of you, I want every last single one of you cowards to lie awake at night knowing you almost killed someone. I'm just writing this to say think before you fucking act, and consider that maybe the person you're telling to kill themselves might be someone's fucking sister or brother or son or daughter. I hope making a whole family suffer is worth your moral fucking outrage about what some dumb teenager wrote on the internet. I'd sign this post with my name, but it doesn't matter. You fuckers don't know me, and you better hope we never meet. That's it. This post only got 4 notes. It was basically the end of the saga. So looking through the Wayback Machine again, there weren't many more captures after this. The next one was on November 23rd, 2018, when it was captured that this post was deleted. But besides that, nothing really changed on the blog. And then the last capture was on July 6th of 2019, when the entire blog was finally deleted. So far I'm aware, no one has ever come forward claiming they owned this blog or saying they knew who owned this blog, and besides that, nobody has either heard from Adi or their sister since then. So just like before, this just became one of those weird cursed Tumblr moments that some people just mention now and again, and nothing more came from it. So why did this even happen with 2 people? For Cipher, I'm pretty sure it was actually mental illness and like delusions that he's been dealing with for a very long time. I don't think he was a troll because his face and name were involved. Because of this, he ruined his chances of ever becoming like a real published writer. He got fired from his job. Everybody now knows him as the egg-laying Hitler guy. Who's gonna come back from that, you know? But the Tumblr one, you know, I would normally never make light of suicide how I did in this video because it's a really serious topic. Just with all the cry typing and the timing of when all of this went down, this was a troll. It was most definitely a troll. In my opinion, there never was a 17-year-old who tried to commit suicide or a sister that then found their blog. I think all of it was just orchestrated by one troll. So yeah, what I meant with timing is that around this time on Tumblr, there was basically this whole war going on against the whole kin community. Basically, all you need to know is that Tumblr users aren't as accepting as they pretend to be, and they will attack anybody they disagree with, no matter if it's actually harming them or not. Most of this went down in the now infamous tag kin discourse. And while these people that were attacking them might have had some valid points, they were really harsh to people that were actually minors and mentally ill, who were just doing their own thing and didn't really bother people about all of this. Like how they acted with this MySweetStruggles blog, they basically also acted with people that like kinned Carcats from Homestuck. Like it probably wasn't as aggressive, but like you get the point. I really don't want to get into all of this more than I already have because it's pretty intricate and I don't feel comfortable giving more of my opinion without researching it more in detail. So yeah, the general consensus is that this person behind Adi or MySweetStruggles was just a troll who probably was really into kin discourse and just really wanted to make this entire community look horrible. Now follow me for a second. Remember how they mentioned like TERFs and true scum, like specifically for no reason? I think this is because they actually are that themselves. I say this because of how they portrayed Adi on this blog. First of all, they made Adi a non-binary trans-mask person, which on Tumblr at the time, they really didn't like this kind of stuff. Like any gender that didn't fit their little boxes. You know how TERFs are. Their tiny little brains can't deal with it. And then secondly, the whole neo-pronouns thing. I'm pretty sure they gave Adi Caesar pronouns to mock it. This is also why I think they put so much emphasis on the pronouns where they said Adi would dissociate if he, him pronouns were used for them. And I think the sister letter also added to this because then they continuously use she, her pronouns, which I think also aligns with that kind of thinking. Like just anybody with like neopronouns or like an identity they don't consider to be real, they just don't take seriously and they will just misgender them and use whatever they were born with as their normal pronouns. You know what I mean. I'm so tired. I can't start describing what TERFs and their ideology is. I don't want to get into this. So this is also why I didn't use Caesar pronouns in this video. I didn't want to give completely anti-neo-pronouns people like any fire to like use this video out of context and be like, see, look at this neo-pronouns user, they think they're Hitler. Like shut the fuck up. So yeah, I just used they them pronouns because it's like a general pronoun thing for people you don't know. So at the time, some people actually did take this seriously. Like I told you about the one person that was defending them and their identity as Hitlerkin. But there were also people who took it entirely differently and actually used this as a reason to completely despise the kin community as a whole. Like, this is what the troll obviously wanted to happen. They wanted people to just destroy the entire kin community, but in the end, it didn't really have that effect. Well, that one post is still circulating to this day. Everybody just knows it's a troll at this point, and everybody just kind of laughs at it for like all the insanity it brought. At one point, people were debating if this was real or not, just because the blog did exist for like about a year, but like this could easily be explained away by this being a blog of this troll on like another account, or just even a side blog that they just use for other random stuff. And then at one point we're like, I'm a big alpha TERF person, let me destroy this community full of mentally ill teenagers. So yeah, I'm happy it was a troll, but it's still weird how many similarities there are between Cipher and MySweetStruggles. They both claim to be queer, Jewish, an artist, and obviously they're both batshit insane. But here's my little conspiracy theory. Apparently Cipher did have a Tumblr blog at some point, so maybe he got inspiration from MySweetStruggles, or maybe he was MySweetStruggles and he just kept going and going. And I honestly I doubt that it actually happened, but like, who knows? So yeah, in conclusion, don't pretend to be Hitler online, kids. It's a big no-no. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, thank you for sticking around and watching this video. It's the first time that I've made this kind of like video essay type of video, so hopefully it turned out alright. I have no idea how long this is gonna be. And while I was truly in the trenches wading through this unhinged information, I did enjoy it, even though it was soul-wrecking. I I need such a long nap right now. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of this video, and if you want me to post more of these type of videos on this channel, or if I should make a new one and post these type of things there. Either way, I will probably keep making these. I really would love to get into like more creepy or unusual stuff that is floating around on the internet. So yeah, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Do something fun, and please take your meds. Bye.
Red's Apple Ale. Drink responsibly. You're welcome. I just fucking asked for you. You're welcome.
Give me money then. It's not even gonna help me.